Hello दोस्तों, how are you all? I welcome you all at the Gurukul of Economics. Now today our topic is microeconomics. That what is microeconomics, to whom it deal with, and it is the branch of economic theory in which we deal with the behavior of individual economic unit. Means in microeconomics we only deal with individuals. We don't take whole economy as we do in micro. Such as individual households, individual firms, industries, individual wages, price and income. That should be also individual. So now, as we can easily see that in individual word is really very important in micro. So microeconomics only deal with individual unit. Up now, individual unit can also be in group. So now the whole group will be considered only as individual. Okay. So next, microeconomics. So there are some factors or what things constitute the microeconomics. Factor that influence individual economic unit. This comes in microeconomics. Like what are the factors that influences individual economic choices, like how they will behave, how they will purchase things, and decision of individual firms, how individual firms will behave in different situations, in recession or in boom, in other situations also. Third, decision of individual consumer. How individual consumer will behave, will purchase, will consume things in different situations, like in recession, like as we have seen that the coronavirus, because of this coronavirus, the government has to take stringent actions like lockdown. So the demand was really come at very low point. So that's how. Now next, how demand and price are determined in individual market. In individual market, how these prices are determined. Prices means the prices of commodities, goods, and other things. Decision of individual households, that how the household will decide and will take up the things, like household are the units that supply the labor or the other factor production to the industry, and also they are the one who buy back the goods and services provided by that industry. Next, labor economics. Labor economics, yes, labor comes also in economics, like we have factor of production, land, labor, capital, and enterprise. So labor comes in that. Labor also constitute a very important part. Like if we talk about classical economics, they always emphasize on labor and capital, but mostly on labor. So now we will see what microeconomic uh, theory constitute, like what things it can be in bifurcation or it can be divided. So macroeconomic theory can be divided into three parts. First part is product pricing, means how the company will price its product. Now, it is further also bifurcated in theory of demand and theory of production. Theory of demand means how consumer will demand things and goods and services, and next the theory of production and cost means what how the company will produce things and what will be its cost, like after eliminating the profit or adding the profit. And other thing is factor pricing. This is what we call theory of distribution, factor pricing. Why it is called theory of distribution? Like the factor of production that we have used in our production, like land, labor, capital, and enterprise. Now we need to give them rewards for what they have contributed. So wages, labor get wages for its production, whatever it has given into the uh, factories. Now rent is given to land. So land will get its rent. Like if we and capital gets its interest. Like oh, we have borrowed the money or borrowed the machines or other things. And the last and most important, entrepreneur will keep the profit. For that, he has taken up the other things like production, and he has uh, accumulated all the other factor production like land, labor, and capital. He is the manager. He managed all the things like land, labor, capital to get the production done. Now, third thing is theory of economic welfare. Yes, microeconomics also constitute the theory of economic welfare. Like how can our consumer get welfare, and how we can maximize his consumer surplus and other things. So, the term microeconomics is derived from the Greek word micros, meaning small. Yes, as I already told you, microeconomics deal with individual consumers. So, micros comes from micro meaning small, from Greek word language. Now, Ragnar Frisch was the first person to use both the term micro and macro in 1933. Now, we know that Ragnar Frisch had divided the economics into two parts, microeconomics and macroeconomics in 1933. Now, microeconomics is the study of particular firm, particular household, individual prices of goods, wages of labor, incomes of households and entrepreneur to individual industry, collective homogeneous product firms and particular commodities. There should be M homogeneous. Okay, so this definition is given by K.E. Balding. So this is what the microeconomics is. Now, microeconomics is that branch of economics which studies the economic decision making unit and consider the details of the behavior of that particular unit, individual economic unit. These units include consumer, workers, investors, owners of land, business firms, in fact, any individual or entity that plays a role in functioning of our economy. Microeconomics explains how and why these units make economic decisions and how they are affected, changing prices and income. It also explains how firms decides how many workers to hire and how many workers decide where to work and how much work they need to do for the production. Now, the microeconomics also called price theory. Why we call it price theory? Because it help us in determining the prices of the product to the industry, because it is primarily concerned with determination of prices of individual commodities and factor production, and individual is spelling should be corrected. Now, producer want to sell his commodity in the market, so he need to find the prices without compromising his profit. As we all know, profit is of utmost importance for the producer. If he will not get enough profit, then he will shut down its farm, and there will be very much problem in the production. So profit is really very important. So he should at least get enough profit so that he will be in normal profit condition. He should not face loss. If he is getting supernormal profit, then that's wow situation and a great situation. Which contributes in production of production: land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. These are the four factor: production, land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. Land means in which land the factory is made, is built upon, and labor is the workers who work in the factory. Capital is the amount of money or machines which help in further production, or entrepreneur is the person who has accumulated all the other factor of production like land, labor, capital. These factors also want their payment or reward. Obviously, if you work for someone, then you will at least expect some reward over that. Like if you have worked somewhere else, then you will expect some money or earnings you should get for their work. Now, what? Who will get what? Land get its rent. Labor gets wages for their work contribution in production. Capital gets interest. Entrepreneur gets very best thing, profit. Yes, for that we all work mostly. All this comes from prices or price of the commodity. Now, the price of commodity is distributed among all the four factor production: land, labor, capital, and enterprise. Okay, so this is what I need to tell you. So if you face any doubt or have any doubt, you can ask in comment sections. And if you want to ask more doubts, or if you want faster resolution of your doubts, then you can connect with us on Telegram. So thank you.